David Leitch coming back for another action thriller was more than enough to get me on board for this. The Fall Guy is a brand new 2024 action film starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, directed by David Leitch. And David Leitch is one of my favorite directors. He's absolutely batshit insane with his ideas. His last movie, Bullet Train, was one of my favorite movies of 2022. So I was extremely excited when I found out he was doing one um, starring Ryan Gosling. So let's go ahead and start this review off with the good. And there's quite a bit to love in this movie for me. First of all, Ryan Gosling as the main character in this movie is fantastic. Ryan Gosling is one of my favorite actors. I've loved him even before he played Ken. He's just always fantastic in every movie I've seen him in. And this movie's no exception. I love the charm and charisma that he has, but Ryan Gosling's always charming and charismatic, so there's that going for him. And then you got Emily Blunt in this movie as well, and she's fantastic as well. Another actress that I really admire. I love everything that she's done so far, and I thought that her chemistry with Ryan Gosling was fantastic as well. And then you got another character in this movie played by Winston Duke, and Winston Duke is one of the most hidden gems in Hollywood. I love him in the Black Panther movies. I really liked him in Jordan Peele's Us, and he was great here as well. I really hope he starts getting even more roles later on down the road. But I really loved him here. I thought that he was great, and I loved his banter with Ryan Gosling. I loved their partnership and friendship in the movie. And aside from those characters, you get a pretty interesting plot where Ryan Gosling plays this stuntman who's his main actor has gone missing, and he's hired to look for him. And I thought that it was a really interesting story with some really interesting plot twists and reveals throughout the movie. And I thought most of it was handled pretty well. And you get some really interesting action set pieces here. I really love them, especially the third act, how everything plays out. It's a lot of fun. And soundtrack, just like any David Leitch movie, is fantastic. And I also really love the editing here. Everything's just so high pace, and it's just a lot of fun. But then you also get a really nice love letter to stunt performers in general. And stunt performers have always been the unsung heroes of the film industry. And I really love how this movie opens up with a montage of a bunch of famous stunts that have been performed throughout the years, showing the stunt performers doing these stunts. It's a lot of fun, and I love the fact that they really show stunt performers some love here. And that's about all for the good. On to the bad. And unfortunately, there's a couple things I wasn't big on here. First of all, it's Aaron Taylor Johnson's character. I like Aaron Taylor Johnson as an actor, but I just was not a fan of his character here. I get that his character's supposed to be an unlikable douchebag, but I don't know. The character just wasn't doing much for me. Regardless, and then there's this whole thing where this movie kind of doesn't know what it wants to be. Because you got the main plot where Ryan Gosling is trying to find Aaron Taylor Johnson's character. You got the B plot where him and Emily Blunt are trying to rekindle their romance. And then there's a few other plot lines where they change genres a few times. And I'm just left thinking, pick one or two plot lines. This is just too much all at once. And also, this movie probably could have ended about 15 minutes before it actually did. I feel like they kept tacking on endings and tacking on reveals, and it was nowhere nearly as offensively unfollowable as Argyle was, but there were still a few moments where they just kind of lost me. But that's about all for the bad. On to the final thoughts. I really enjoyed this movie. I didn't love it as much as I thought I would, but I still really liked it. The Fall Guy is a really great movie. I really enjoyed it. Great performances, and I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. So that was my thoughts on The Fall Guy. Have you seen this movie? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it if you have seen it. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.